Peace to all the gods and goddesses of the planet. Peace to all the kings and the queens. Peace to all the princes and the princesses of the planet. I say to all the ancestors, all the high vibrational beings of the planet. Been a lot going on in the VO world, of course, but you know, that's just from perspective. Everybody got a lot going on out here, but it ain't been all bad, of course. Well, no such thing as bad or good, but haven't been, so belittling or things like that. So it been actually things positively, but even that can come with its own set of challenges. Before I started the video, I had to open up the this still it probably ain't gonna show. I got my stuff on my cinema, but it's the Wall Street Journal, and it's from February 25th, and they had this quote on it. It says, "What if every moment was a milestone?" And someone just had told me to look at it before I had made the video, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna just look through it. And that's just me following my, my guidance and things of that sort. But it make you think, actually, and it was a good opener for me. What if every moment was a milestone? It's just like, it makes you just appreciate life more and every breath that you take, and it will help you continuously be aware of it, because when you think of like the milestone, you think of just like the ending goal, but the things in between is what created the ending goal. So those things count too, But before we get into anything too miraculous, I want to just start off with, some topics that just been going on lately, and give an explanation of what's been going on lately. So, as we know, it's a lot going on in their so-called space, because they're not really up there, but we're gonna just roll with what they got, what they say at least. So, they supposedly, right now with the the AT&T outages, if you think about it, it's just like how the iPhone did. They were, at first they was messing up the frequencies, which was messing up your phone, and then they'll make you want to buy another one and go to another company. It's the same thing, they doing it again, but in another form. So this time, it's gonna be switching your carrier. Because if you put the pieces together, they flying up these rockets. This new Elon Musk, if you know him, you should. If you don't know him, you need to know him. Because these are people who have the most currency in this realm, and they jurisdict a lot that go on in your life, in your day-to-day life, either if you know it or you don't know it. But jumping back into it, they flying up these satellites with these new so-called satellites that they have put into place, which we know they don't exist. So it's really something else that they are implementing right now that we're gonna eventually start to see more and more of, but it haven't came to view yet, because they got it ready, but they haven't put it in view yet. They haven't brought the frequency, and allowed the masses to view what they have going on. So they have this, like I said, the rocket's been going up with the Starlink. It's called Starlink equipment. So what's gonna happen is the servers and stuff, because my phone, even I woke up one morning, my phone was saying SOS. I'm like, dang, it's throwing off your day. Yeah, they said they're gonna people a $5 credit, but you know, people could really not been on Wi-Fi and not being able to do the things that they need to do for their dates against you. It could throw off somebody's whole schedule in a way. So, but they just come with a lot of solar flares also coming in right now. So it's different things that are causing these outages. And people been saying it for so long now. It's gonna be a time when you wake up and your phone not gonna be working. And it's kind of just inching this way in, but it ain't hit with like a full blast yet. But yeah, it will be a time when you wake up, phone not gonna be working, and like that's when you're gonna have to really, it's gonna get real. We don't even have a system in place for anything like that. If it happened, if it happened, people gonna be just like, cause we not prepared for nothing like that. We so used to technology being there for us. We so dependent on it that if it left today, a lot of people wouldn't know what to do. They wouldn't know how to get nowhere. They'd just be lost. That's why you gotta always be aware. That's coming with just awareness in general. Like, not even trying to preach or nothing, because I'm really just chilling. But like, that's just real talk. You gotta know what's going on at all times. But before all of this things came into a sword, because I'm gonna go jump right into the, I spoke about the current, and I'm gonna take it back. You feel me? When you first entered this realm, because we came into this realm at a certain point, if you think about it, the other points did matter for the time that we're in, but for you, you're here in the most important time of the whole timeline that happened. So whenever we received our spark recently, the most recent time, which led me into this, physical being, there are a particular thing like autopilot realms. And I be in them. That's what I'm telling y'all, because I be in them where you don't, and it's also like letting you know that your life is more of a compass and you don't have to force it so much, because it's kind of like a viewing. Yeah, a lot of stuff is already determined because it's based on the stars alignment and the Jupiters and the Saturns and things of this sort. The other heavens that are above us, because we have descended to the earth realm, which is at the low. If you see this, it's a certain graph that shows the lightness of the planets. That's why if you look at Jupiter and all those things, what they say, they made it mostly gas. And what they say Earth is mostly solid. So solid gonna sink more into that crescent versus lighter planets. Like, like I said, like Jupiter and Saturn, things of that sort, they mostly, if you fail in it, like they say, you'll go straight through if you are able to withstand the certain toxins. But as far as we can tell, they just made it's gas bubbles. So those are lighter beings and it's lighter planets. That's why when you're born on the Earth realm, they can know how much of a high vibration you have based on what month you were born in the day, because that's certain vibrations and certain highs. And depending on that planet, that's what vibration you carry. And it can be used for good or for the opposite, which is all energy, because it's just energy coming from planets, but it's getting utilized differently. Everything's just getting utilized differently. But I was gonna talk about today, basically self-mastery, because like I said, with all these outages going on and things of that sort, it's gonna come down to you, because you might not have nobody. Like, if something like that happen, your family across town, like, you still gotta try to get to them. And if all that stuff out, that might be hey, That's a long way. So you gotta just have your self mastery intact so that you can protect yourself whenever the spiritual war, because the spiritual war is always going on at all times, but it's gonna translate into the physical because it happens spiritually and then physically. Because like I said, spiritually is coming from those other planets. That vibration is trickling down to Earth, and then that's when we receive that knowledge. But it comes from our ancestor, which, if you take it all the way back, is the other planets, because planets are titans and they are living beings in themselves. They just big beings, as far as you can, your perspective on what big is. But what is big to an ant who don't even look up at the end of the day? You have to look up. You have to know what's above you. You have to know where you are in the realm so that you can rise. That's when you can tap into your planet more. You can lock in more. You feel me? Once you know what you're here for, what gave you your divine spark. Because in order for you to come to this vibration, you have to have a certain spark that had a certain density, so it would allow you to sink down to this level, because every being can't sink to this level. And the fact that we did, whenever you rise back up, you're gonna be even stronger than the vibrations that just decide to stay and only be what they know. Like, you decide to go outside of the regular and the norm and encapsulate yourself and drop down in density. Like, it's a choice. It's not something that's forced upon you. Like, you make a choice, even as far as how your energy, how heavy your energy gonna be. But because you did decide to come down here to this earth realm, because like I said, yeah, there are beings on the gas realm, but if we went, we would better see them because they are in a higher vibration. They're just like right now, it's beings around you right now that are at a high vibration at a gas level, so you can't see them. These beings might have left their physical capsule, but inside your physical capsule, you still have your soul. So that still can be here. It still can be attached to this planet if you don't know that you can ascend to Jupiter. Or if you don't know, like, because all they got to do is ascend. All they got to do is float up. And the next planet is going to be there allowing them to break these certain barriers. But you got to have to want to ascend. You got to have to want. You have to know where you are at in the galaxy. That's the first thing, is being aware of your surroundings and being aware of where you are. So, with these goals that you have for your future self, these goals telling you that you want to ascend, because when you are meditating things of this sort, your vibration is going up. You already pushing your vibration up, so you training your body to vibrate up. So whenever you do translate to the next realm, your vibration is going to automatically go up, because it's what you've been trying to do every time. Like, this meditation and stuff go deeper than just closing your eyes. You have to have a feeling of floating. That's why sometimes they call it getting, so-called high, things of that sort. You have the feeling of floating, and that is just your vibration actually lifting up, literally. That's why you can have a high vibration. You could be happier, things of this sort, because your aura is vibrating up. It's vibrating at a higher level. And a lot of that come with, like, some people, they go in, because there's some people who go in. We have introverts, we have extroverts. Use an extrovert, they're going to express themselves a lot. It could be, and even up in that, you have branches in it, because everything has a branch off, So you have to still assess every situation differently, because people who go in, when they get so-called high, they gonna go in, they gonna get lower. You feel me? Because that's what they decide to do with their energy. All it is an enhancer. it's a medicine. It's from the earth. It's an enhancer of what you already going through. It's gonna enhance it. That's why some people like, oh, they get paranoid. Even without it, they probably some paranoid people. So that just enhances the paranoia, and it makes it even more jittery. But if you have inner peace and things of this sort, it's gonna actually, you're gonna be able to train it to tell it to raise your vibration, or you can train it to tell you how you want it to feel, because it's only doing what you want it to do. It's only enhancing what you already telling it to do. And even with trying to find inner peace, you have to always be evaluating your surroundings and evaluating the things that are around you and the things that you allow to present itself in front of you, because it is a vibration, and it is, it is a vibration at the end of the day. And you are a magnet, so the things that you are around is what you become. That's why you have to always be, like I said, reevaluating, cleaning as you go, things of this sort. And that goes with the inner and the outer. Clean up as you go. Like, you can't let these certain emotions be bundled. Because that's how I used to be. I was a certain type of, I would always just go in and that I would just meditate, but I never really express it too much. But now I go in and I express. So I'm kind of being able to balance. So even after YouTube and things of that sort, it's helping me in my actual life. Because this just a mere thing for right now, at least, until take off a little bit more. Then it might become more of a, because I be having so much going on already. So I just be like, yeah, one day is good for now. But I would definitely tell people, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, so I can present more knowledge, because this stuff, I get a download every night, literally. And I could be presenting it, but certain things just have to wait, because that's what it is right now. Then when the ancestors let me know, which the ancestors speak through y'all, once they let me know that it's time to amp it up, then I will know it's time to amp it up. But that just comes with, like I said, the likes, the comments, and the subscribes at the end of the day. But like I said, last night, it was mostly just showing, kind of just let go with the flow. Like, once you do the work and you're in the abundance, you can just let everything flow at this point. You don't have to force so many things. I was like in a submarine, and like it was kind of a little bit of water coming through, like, cause it was like a little, not like a big submarine, but it seemed like one of them kind that you kind of ride on, and it's kind of got a, if you've seen them before, then you know. Which I don't think I've been in one before, but I've been in one before because I was in somebody's avatar that was experiencing it. So it's just as much as me experiencing it, because I'm in they physical just like how I'm in this physical, except it's from a different viewing. And when I'm up inside of they physical, I don't do as much. I kind of just view. Like, somebody could be viewing my same perspective, but they don't have the motor skills to be able to manipulate it like how I can. But they can still be viewing it and just seeing the same things that I'm seeing, and being able to, feel the heart rate and things of that sort, but still not interfering with this other being that's actually mechanically moving this avatar. Because those are two different sides. Those are two different people. One is just viewing it, and one's actually manipulating it. And most of the time when you go to these, and it just depends on how intact they are with their avatar. Because if somebody try to come my avatar, I'm gonna notice, and it's gonna be like a battle, And that's just what comes with people trying to battle for their, spirits and their soul and thing. Because their vibration low, so other beings are able to go into their avatar, they view it, and then they try to take it over. Simple as it. And that's when you have an entering. But it all comes to how high your vibration is. Because certain entities cannot enter certain vibrations because it's such a high vibration and they wouldn't be able to withstand that vibration anyways. But going with the about the dreams and just the autopilot stuff, it's a lot of dream work that you can do. Because once you've seen it, like I said, it's like you experienced it. Once I experienced these high points and coming down and being able to fly and stuff, you kind of not afraid of heights no more. It go hand in hand. Because even though you haven't experienced it in this 3D realm, in another realm, you flying and stuff like that, so you happen to see certain heights from a viewing point, which will allow you to have experienced it in a sense. And that's, that's why you gotta try to get for real more sleep. And I try to get more sleep too, because I know it do be more difficult. We gotta try to actually go to sleep more and get into the rhythm of, getting more sleep, because that's when you can do the most work. Because like I said, it happens in the spiritual first. So the more you do in the spiritual realm, the more work, because all it is, you have to experience these things in order to raise your vibration. Because your dream work is like a map that your higher self left for this being. It's a certain map that he left just for you, because it already experienced it, already know the whole story. So it gives you a map, and like as you looking up in the map, it's raising your vibration as you going through these levels and these lessons. Because every dream is like a lesson. It's like a vision, but it's a lesson, because it's going to allow you to, if you're not thinking at a certain level, it could open your mind up to a certain thing. And that's why you have to sleep on it sometimes. But when some people sleep on it, they can't actually see what's going on. But I would always know what's going on even before the day before. And then just to let me know, okay, something either gonna be positive, but you have to trust that map, because it's basically like a map of the day, or it could be a map of a year from now, but he give it to you. Just like this realm, it has to at least show it to you and present it to you. Even if they call it a movie, it's really a documentary, but they gonna call it a movie, so it's go over your head. But they still gave it to you, because you wasn't aware though. But once you become aware of the movie that your higher being is giving you, and actually trust it and believe that it's real, then it's gonna reveal itself even more, and it's gonna really show you. But at the end of the day, like I said, you have to have these goals. And always don't let your start define you. That's why I can always say to everybody, like, no matter what, where you came from, how low in density you were, things of that sort, you can always raise to a high vibration and you can still come out on the other end. If not coming out great, you can still be a great testimony to people and to everybody that want to raise themselves a vibration. Because I grew up the harshest way, but it still wasn't the best circumstances, you feel me? So that I still could have took a different path, at the end of the day, but I chose a certain path, and now I just be living with it and expounding on it, And that's what we all can do. One by one, we all can rise. And vibration is true. By the time we know it, we'll be living in a whole different dimension, being able to do all type of things, fly, because in order for everybody to be able to do it on this dimension, we all have to believe that you can do it. And I feel like not enough people feel like they can fly and they can, that they came from these certain vibrations that allowed them to do that easily. That was nothing. You wake up in the morning, what would you need a bed for if you floating? The best thing is just to be immersed in nothing and being able to float and do it what you will. You depending on cars and things of this sort that are at the end of the day just something else that we have to think about. I do want these type of things, but the least amount of three-dimensional things I have to rely on, the more you can actually go into the next dimension. You don't have so much baggage, and these things get attached to your subconscious, and it still is a weight on your vibration, allowing you not to be as light and not have so much on your subconscious, because your subconscious has these things. It has your cars and your clothes and your all this stuff is things that it knows, and it has put in a storage unit inside your mind, and that storage unit has a determined weight on it, and it weighs your subconscious down, and it weighs your conscious down, and it weighs your spirit down. All these things go hand to hand. But that's why you gotta always have to purge and tell the creator to help you release, because these things gonna just fall off. It's kind of like a phoenix. That old shell falls off, comes out again. Old shell falls off, comes out again, and it just keeps growing. But it had to keep on shedding those layers and releasing the old, coming out with the new, releasing the old. So you always have to be willing to release and let go. And the Phoenix can show you that. If you are a fire sign and things of that sort, the Phoenix is a great one to look towards, because it's a great resemblance of just always reinventing yourself and allowing things to let go, and that's how you grow. Let go to grow, at the end of the day. And yeah, with that being said, family, peace to all the gods and goddesses of the planet. Peace to all the kings and the queens. Peace to all the princes and princesses. Keep growing. And with that being said, peace to all the ancestors. Peace to all the high vibrational beings of the planet. I say, till next time. Peace.